and your NOx emissions were over the limit. We think your EGR valve is not functioning as well. We need to reset your ignition timing and probably replace the EGR valve to lower the NOx emissions. Then we'll be able to do a smog inspection to see if that fixed the problem.
I thought you did a smog inspection when I first come in. What do you mean my EGR valve's not functioning? Don't you know?
Well, sir, when you first came into our station, we did a partial inspection because you were concerned that the vehicle wouldn't pass smog. That type of inspection is not a full inspection, but it does give us an idea if the vehicle has any problems. It was only after we did the repair and did the simulated loaded mode emissions test that we realized your car had other problems.
I thought I was getting a full smog inspection to start with. I think you guys are trying to rip me off. Let me see if I understand this correctly. First, I asked for a smog inspection. You only gave me a partial one. After your partial inspection, you tell me that I fell for hydro whatever it is, and that spark plugs and wires are going to fix the problem. Now you're telling me that after you've done some kind of simulated test, whatever that is, that my car still has an emissions problem. And in addition, the part that you're supposed to put in, you don't even know if it's going to fix the problem. Do I have this about right?
Well, sir, we're just trying to save you money.
So where are we now? How much is it going to cost to replace the valve and set the timing and redo the test? And I am going to get a full-fledged test this time, aren't I?
Well, like I said, the technician's pretty sure that the vehicle will pass after you have those repairs done. With everything totaled, it'll cost you about $380, and yes, it'll be the full-fledged test.
Well, if that's what it takes, let's get it done. But I need to have it done by tomorrow because that's when my registration's due.
You're not going to believe this. When I tried to do the smog test on Mr. Harris's car, the Bar 97 wouldn't let me do it. It said it has to go to a test-only station.
Oh, how am I ever going to explain that to Mr. Harris? Hello, may I speak with Mr. Harris?
Yeah, this is Mr. Harris.
Mr. Harris, this is Downtown Garage again. I just want to let you know that we got your car repaired, but we did hit a little snag. Well, it appears that you can only receive a smog certificate at a test-only station. Unfortunately, we're not licensed as a test-only station. You'll need to pick up your vehicle and take it to that kind of station to get a smog certificate.
What? I can't believe you people.
Please answer the following questions relating to Video 2 contained in your student materials. Again, you will not be graded on your answers, but you will need to turn your answers into the instructor to get partial credit for the course. I think it is clear that Mr. Harris did not receive the service he thought he requested. If the service writer had just spent some time discussing Mr. Harris's options with him, he could have avoided the unpleasant situation that developed. Let's return to the scene where Mr. Harris first enters the shop and see how a little customer education can ensure that the customer knows what repair work he's getting and what his options are.
Can I help you, sir?
Yeah, I need to get a smog inspection, but you know, the car's running kind of rough and I'm not sure if it's even going to pass.
Okay, well, we'll take a look at it and see. First, we need to get some paperwork filled out. What type of vehicle is it?
You know what, I think I've got most of what you need right here.
Okay, great. If you think that the vehicle will pass inspection, I'd recommend that we go ahead and do the full smog inspection. What that is the official test in which the results are automatically transmitted to the state. A certificate, if it passes, would be generated and sent to DMV so you can complete your registration. That's the test I recommend for vehicles that are well maintained and have a high likelihood of passing on the first time. I will caution you, though, if a vehicle is not well maintained or has some other problems, it could fail as a gross polluter. In that case, it would have to go to a test-only station or a specially certified Gold Shield station to receive a certificate. Now, a Gold Shield station has an advantage in those cases because they can do the repairs and retest the vehicle.
You know, that exact same thing happened to a friend of mine at work. Got sent to one station and then back to a test-only station.
Yes.
That doesn't sound like the right test. What are my options?
If you're not sure that the vehicle would pass inspection, I'd suggest that we do a pre-inspection. What that is that the test that's exactly the same as the official test. However, if your vehicle failed as a gross polluter, you wouldn't have to go to another station to get a certificate. Downside is, however, if the vehicle passes, then we have to do another official test to generate a certificate for you.
You know, I don't want to go to another shop. I don't want to have to pay for 2 tests. A friend of mine had a test done on his car. It only cost him half the amount, and it was a partial test.
Mm-hmm.
Can I get one of those?
Oh, you're referring to a partial pre-inspection. Yes, that is cheaper than the full inspection. It's because we only do a part of the test. We don't actually do a full inspection. Typically, a do-it-yourself will request that test if they've failed an inspection in the past and done some repairs and they want to verify those repairs were successful. I would never recommend a test for somebody who hasn't had a full inspection done already.
But if the test is cheaper and you can tell what's wrong with the car, why not do this test?
Well, yes, it is cheaper, but the problem is that we can't diagnose the vehicle's problems without performing at least one full test. Well, for example, let's say we want to save some money, so we're just going to do a partial pre-inspection. Just check the vehicle's tailpipe emissions. We're not going to put the vehicle on a dynamometer as we would in a normal test. We find that the tailpipe emissions are high, do repairs to correct that problem. Then when we finally get to the official test where we put the vehicle on a dynamometer where it's run under the appropriate load, there is a likelihood the vehicle could then fail the inspection.
Why would that be?
Well, because it's not a complete inspection. We're just doing the tailpipe test. On a complete inspection, we do a visual inspection, the tailpipe test under loaded conditions on a dynamometer. We do a functional check of some of the emission controls. So then if we just do that partial, then I go ahead and do a full inspection, there's a likelihood the vehicle may fail another part of the test. In that case, you really wouldn't want me to be calling you each time I do a little portion of the test to tell you, oh, now we need some more money to fix something else. It's better to get a picture right from the start and just do the test all at once.
I guess I can see your point. Now that I know what my options are, I'm going to go with your pre-inspection test. Looks like that's going to give me the best picture on the car. I don't want to go to another station anyway.
I think that's a wise choice. Before we get started, can I take a look at your registration notice?
Sure.
Well, sir, it says right here the vehicle needs to go to a test-only station to receive a certificate. Unfortunately, we're not licensed as a test-only station. You're going to need to find that type of station to receive a certificate. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's not really your fault. I should have paid closer attention when I got the notice in the mail.
Yeah. Well, you know, considering the vehicle's running a little rough, we could do a pre-inspection for you. If we find anything that needs to be repaired, we can do it prior to you going to that test only, so there's a good likelihood you'll pass.
You know what, I'm going to take you up on that because I think the way the car's running right now, I'm not sure it's even going to pass.
Okay.
I really appreciate you taking the time to explain all the different options to me.
Well, no
I didn't
problem.
know there were so many.
Yeah, it's something we'd like to do because often people are bounced back and forth between stations, and we'd rather just get it done all right up front.
Hello, can I help you, sir? Yeah, you sure can. I've, I need to get a smog inspection, but my registration tells me I got to go to a test-only station. Are you a test-only station?
Yes, sir, we are.
Can you tell me what your cheapest inspection price is? Because I'm on a fixed income.
Well, we charge the posted price for all passenger cars. If you have a motorhome or a larger vehicle, it's a little more.
Well, it's just a regular passenger vehicle, but it's running really bad. I'm not sure it's going to pass.
Well, sir, we can go ahead and do the test for you, and we can let you know what the results of the test are.
Okay, why don't we go ahead and do that? I
Oh.
just hope it passes.
Okay.
How's my car doing?
Well, sir, unfortunately, your car failed for the emissions, and you're going to have it repaired before we can do another test.
Oh, man. Can you fix my car so it'll pass?
No, we can't fix cars here. We're a test-only station.
Do you have any idea what's wrong with the car?
Well, it failed for high CO, so probably just needs spark plug wires, new plugs, maybe a fuel injection flush. I'd recommend that you get that O2 sensor replaced too. They go bad all the time.
How much is all this going to cost?
Well, I'd say probably $300 to $400.
Oh, man, I can't afford $400. You got any other ideas?
No, sir, I don't, but maybe you could either fix it yourself or, you could see Charlie next door. He's not a smog check station, but he does good work and he's cheap. You know what? I just thought of another thing. I hear that if you're directed to a test-only station, that if you take all your receipts down, the state will pay for your repairs.
Where can I get this refund?
Well, if you go down to the Bureau of Auto Repair and hand them all your receipts, they'll cut you a check right on the spot. I guess, how do you want to go ahead and settle up your bill?
We'll just take care of it now.
Okay.
Please answer the following questions relating to video number 3, contained in your student materials. I think it is clear that the service writer did not have his facts straight and could have better served his customer had he discussed some program options with him. Let's return to the scene where the customer first entered the test-only station and see how a little customer education can ensure the customer knows what his options are and what steps he must take to complete his car's smog inspection.
Hello, can I help you, sir?
Yeah, you sure can. I need to get a smog inspection, but my registration tells me I got to go to a test-only station. Are you a test-only station?
Yes, sir, we are.
Can you tell me what your cheapest inspection price is? Because I'm on a fixed income.
Well, we charge the posted price for all passenger cars. If you have a motorhome or a larger vehicle, it's a little more.
Well, it's just a regular passenger vehicle, but it's running really bad. I'm not sure it's going to pass.
Well, sir, we can go ahead and do the test for you, and we can let you know what the results of the test are.
Okay, why don't we go ahead and do that? I
Oh.
just hope it passes.
Okay.
How's my car doing?
Well, sir, unfortunately, your car failed for the emissions, and you're going to have it repaired before we can do another test.
Oh, man. Can you fix my car so it'll pass?
No, we can't fix cars here. We're a test-only station.
Do you have any idea what's wrong with the car?
Since we're a test-only station, I'm not allowed to diagnose vehicles that fail the emissions test. Even if I could do that, I don't have enough information right now to tell you what's wrong with your car.
Well, you got a test printout. Doesn't that tell you what's wrong with my car?
Well, it tells us, what portion of the test that you failed. It doesn't tell us specifically what's wrong with it. In order to find that out, you're going to need to take it to a trained technician who can do some other diagnostic tests.
What about your buddy next door, Charlie's? Can I just take it there and have it fixed?
Well, Charlie's a good shop, but he's not licensed by the state as a test and repair station. The state of California requires that all vehicles that fail the smog test be repaired at a licensed test and repair station by licensed technicians.
Do you know any repair stations or any stations where I can get my car repaired?
Well, we're not allowed to tell you or recommend stations. However, as a service to my customers, I've downloaded a list of stations in the area off the Bureau of Automotive Repair's website. And if you wish, have a look at this. Maybe you can pick one from there.
I work in the area, but I live 30 miles from here. How can I get a list of stations in my area?
Well, you can go to the Bureau of Automotive Repair's website. It's listed right at the top of the page here. They have a hot link called List of Active Stations. You can search your area by simply entering your zip code or your county, and it'll give a list of all your stations.
I really appreciate you taking the time to explain all this to me. It really helps. I just